how to box squat without a box. You got no excuses. Even if your gym doesn't have a box, we're gonna show you this exercise. If you have a box, even better. But let's dive into it. As an online coach, I like programming in the box squat because I find it's a very beneficial exercise for fixing a lot of people's form issues, getting them comfortable in the hole, getting them at new depths, and kind of learning how to get control and explosiveness out of your squat. But the common issue I get is, oh, my gym doesn't have a dedicated box for box squats. This is something I hear too often, and we're gonna show you two great alternatives that I guarantee you your gym has. There's no way they don't, and how you guys can jump into perform this exercise safely and effectively. Okay guys, first off, you can see I'm wheeling over a bench here. This is the easiest one to use. It all depends about your personal leverages and how tall you are. You want to make sure you're kind of close to that parallel range. It's a little bit okay if you're an inch over. You don't want to be too much under, or you're going to perform some of the common mistakes that you get into. But you can see for me, this is pretty effective. You don't have to worry about the bench not fitting because we're wheeling it in straight. You only need that small portion of it. Sitting down and exploding up, that's number one. Second off, guys, is a dumbbell. The reason I like this so much is you can adjust it for your height. If you're a shorter person, you're probably going to use a dumbbell that's a little bit less in weight. So for instance, something like a 30-pound dumbbell would be a very deep squat for me being at my height right now. However, a shorter person or someone who likes squatting that deep for their box squat could utilize that. If you want a higher squat, I recommend using a 100-pound dumbbell or higher. For me, that seems to work out fine. It's still a little bit low, but it's okay. It's where I'm comfortable. I have done box squats here. Not heavy ones at that, but if you're just looking for a depth check, this is a great way to kind of fix your form that way. I really recommend using the seat because it's very steady and sturdy. It's very easy to come off of, and it's comfortable, and it's a great, easiest alternative to the box.
Okay guys, common mistake number one, this is the one I see done by a lot of people, is improper box height. Whether you're using dumbbells or using an actual box, a lot of people have it way too high. This is just gonna simply turn into an ego lift. You're not really doing a full range of motion, kind of pointless. And then on the other hand, a lot of people have it way too low. They'll use like a 20-pound dumbbell or a box that's like this big. And basically this is gonna put a lot of stress on your lower back. Introduce some butt wink, and it's just going to lead to you guys potentially getting injured down the road. So find it just about parallel, and that's the best way to do it.
Guys, if you haven't already, make sure you click that first link down in the description. Get our free Fix Your Form book. This is going to help you. It's a personal trainer in your pocket. It's going to be all our videos kind of simply explained. Just so you guys, if you're in the gym, you don't know how to do an exercise, crank that puppy out, fix your form. All right, second up, guys, this one I see too many people doing is that when they sit down, they just go limp. They actually sit down. They don't keep any tension. They're not keeping that posture. They're not keeping those legs contracted and strong. And when you come down and sit down limp, it's very hard to explode back up, and it's going to be awkward, inaccurate, and inconsistent. What you're trying to learn and replicate here is how to get down in the hole, like for a pause squat, and stay strong. If you're doing a pause squat, you don't just kind of like loosen up, go limp, not keep the tension on your legs. By letting go of it and then trying to re-engage and stand up, it's going to be awkward. It's not wrong to keep the tension. You are sitting, but you're sitting in a strong stance where you can explode up from. Number three, guys, is going to be nice and simple, but this one is ridiculous, something I see way too often. When people sit, just like the last one, they sit. Like they'll sit back onto their heels, put all the way backwards, so when they have to sit up, they go forward and up. It's going to cause, like Kyle said, that butt wink, and furthermore, it's going to cause you to lift your heels, lose your balance, and feel like you're going to cave in forward. You don't want those heels and toes lifting. You want to keep them planted, keep that feet strong. Like I said, it's not a reason to go limp, especially with the feet. If you're already experiencing heel lift, and this is something you experience when you're sitting down, you're doing this exercise so wrong. And when you're balancing on your tippy toes or your heels, you're going to fall one way or the other, or you're going to shift weight really awkwardly and inconsistently, and that's how you're going to get injured, guys. So really avoid that. Keep those feet firm, keep those legs strong, and that's how you're going to get up. Now we're going to take you guys on a simple walkthrough of how to do this exercise from point A to point Z. Let's get it.
Okay guys, so here's how you actually perform the box squat. If you don't know how to do an actual squat, I recommend checking out our full form video. Click right here and then watch that, and then come back to this video. So with that being said, guys, the most important thing to realize is the actual setup of the box is going to be very important. If you have it too far back, you could just potentially fall back. Like imagine just getting down ready for a squat and then you just completely miss it with a lot of weight. That would be very horrible. I've seen it done before. Or having it too close, you just won't be able to get a full range of motion. It's going to hit your hamstrings, stuff like that. So you want to make sure that you understand how to actually walk back. So sometimes I take a practice with just the bar, or without any weight. I take my 2 steps and then I sit down like I normally would and then practice exploding up before actually adding on some weight. So get under the bar, get ready to perform a regular squat. I got my 2 steps back, stay nice and tight, breathe in, and then explode up. A common mistake I see a lot of people do, and this kind of goes into a lot of the common mistakes we've talked about, people just sit back and then they breathe, they exhale here and then they just become very loose. That's what you want to avoid doing. And here, that's a full breakdown of how you actually perform the squat. Okay guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Please make sure to smash that like button if you enjoyed it. Share it with someone who could learn how to actually utilize these tips that we gave you. Subscribe if you haven't already, and we'll see you in the next video. Peace out.